Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am. So this is Tyler's aunt.
Hey.
And I had seen your post. Someone had been posting your, I guess your post or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just wanted to ask you, is there any questions? Because I know you said there was a lot of things that you had questions about. And I will try to answer any question that you have. So maybe you can update your post if you think if I can answer it, I'm going to try. But I think your post is reaching a lot of people. So if I can make some clarity on something that maybe you have questions about, that maybe because my family's been harassed right now, and I mean it's pretty bad. So I mean, is there something you want to ask that maybe to shine some light on or something?
It's a lot of questions. I do need to say that it's being recorded, but
I don't care.
Okay. I think everybody's just wanting to know why there are no official updates.
I'm really not worried about everybody. What I'm for you.
Okay. Well, for me,
why? Read your list, but
okay. Why are there no official updates being posted on anything? It takes hours, if not a day, completely for anything to be posted or updated for anyone to see. There's not been any, like the law enforcement and stuff's not even wanting to do anything. If they are stopping their searches, and it's just a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Okay.
And then now every day there's only one person that's finding the stuff, and then all of these decoys that are now being out. And Josh apparently, I guess, owns a decoy company, and it's just nothing's just making any sense. And so
let me start with this. The law enforcement are still involved, okay? And anybody in this area, any single person can come to the landing that we are, the L. Craig Landing in North Myrtle Beach. This is where we are every day. The DNR is involved, the Brunswick County Police and Sheriff Department is involved, Horry County Police are still involved, and also the North Myrtle Beach Fire and Rescue people are still involved. The only people that not involved is the Coast Guard. Because after they did their search, which was not 48 hours, but because they had 2 crews out there, it was for around 24 hours, but they counted as 48 man-hours. Because him living in the ocean, we're talking about an ocean, we're not talking about marshes and all this kind of stuff. His boat went in the ocean. That's where his boat was found. So, right now, I am currently literally in the ocean. I could literally put you on a camera right now, and you can see me. I'm in the ocean. I'm a mile offshore right now looking for him. That's the one. So the reason why they have not done anything, and I spoke because we read the messages. They are not going to do any updates because there's no update to give. Okay. Not just one person is finding the decoys. Okay. There is a lot of people finding the decoys, which has been, the decoys are lighter. We personally, me and my nephew and my niece, who is his aunt, literally we found one decoy and his waders. I promise you, the waders, it was a miracle that we found those waders. A miracle. Because we went to turn back in. I seen where you posted that his wallet was not wet. It was wet. The money was soaked. Everything. When we pulled his waders out of the water, they were 40 to 50 pounds. We pulled them out. Okay. The boy is underage that was on the boat with him. He is not related to us. People are saying that he's related to us. No, he is not. He is not related. He is a good friend. He is under the age of 18, and he pretty much watched his friend go into the water, which he was too far away. He was literally too far away. If that boy had jumped into the water, he would be missing right now. The waves. The reason why we know the waves are 4 to 5 feet was because he called his friend that he had bought the motor for to his boat to say, man, my motor, I don't know where somebody got that he went onto a rock and knocked a hole, but that's not. His motor wouldn't start. Okay. So when his motor didn't start, the boat started taking on waves because it was 4 to 5 feet. Right now we're at 3-foot waves and not even capping, and it's rough out here. So when he started taking on the water, he called his friends that maybe there could be some help on him saying how he could get the motor back on. Okay? He said, man, you need to get because he had his waders on, man, you need to get your waders off. You need to get a life jacket on. You need to call the emergency 911. When he got off the phone with him, Tyler had already said he already got his waders off because he knew he's not dumb. He already took his waders off when his boat started taking on water. Where they found his weight, they saying like, why couldn't he go to shore? Why he couldn't swim to the rocks? You literally have to be in the ocean to see it. The water was going out further to the ocean. If he went into water, you're talking about 52 to 54 degrees. Your body's going to go in shock. He's 300 yards with 3 to 4 foot waves, 4 to 5 foot waves at that point when he went in, that he's being pushed out. He couldn't swim to the rocks. Somebody saying that he had a float coat on. Nobody said that. He had a camouflage regular jacket on. He had a floating device, which is the law down here in South Carolina. You have to have a float device. That was found. He had 3 life jackets on the boat. 2 was on the boat. 1 is missing. We can't confirm he had that life jacket on because he was too far out where they found the boat to even realize. I mean, his friend couldn't see him and you literally have to be here to literally see it. I understand that people are confused. Josh is doing the best he can. That man is out here literally looking for him for every day. He's looking for him. We honestly don't have time to sit here every 5 seconds trying to respond to people. We're trying to find Tyler. And if it was your family member or your child or your husband or your dad or your mom or anybody that was out here, the most important thing in the world is to find him.
Right.
The other thing we're having a lot of backlash on is the Ryan Champion, who is not Ryan Champion, by the way. That is not his last name. We never turned that man away. We told the man where to meet us at. He was talked to before. He said that he was coming down here. I spoke to him myself and told him that we had shirts and bags ready. Just tell me when he was ready, because he said he woke up, just like he told y'all, he woke up at 1:30. But his name is not Ryan Champion. And if you look up his number, if you pay for the investigation thing, put in that telephone number, I promise you, it will show you that's not his name.
Okay.
So, but that's going to be investigated right there, because he's trying. He never asked us for money, but that's not to say that all these tens of thousands of people out here thinking that we turned our back on him because we don't want a dog to help us. We've had a lot of dogs on the beaches. We have shirts, his race outfit, everything. We've given it to people. People are saying about the drones. Why can't you have the drones? DNR and North Myrtle Beach Rescue said do not have drones in the air, or the helicopters and the planes will not fly. They're focusing more over the ocean if he's out here. So at what point do you think, okay, what's more important, a drone or the helicopters that and the planes that can see more area on the ocean?
That's understandable.
I promise you, there's no, and it really shouldn't even matter, to be honest. This should not even matter, because what matters is my nephew is missing. He is 22 years old. The news even said he's 23. He's not 23. He's 22, and he'll be 23 in September. None of this matters, honestly. Nothing matters. But what matters is now people are harassing my family.
Right.
Now that matters. Literally, his wife is giving death threats. That matters.
Yeah.
We've done reports. We got it all reported. The law knows all about it.
Right. But I do have just like one question. One question about the friend that was with him. His grandmother stated that the Coast Guard that got there to get him told him to jump in and swim to them. Like, that come from his grandmother. And if the boat that they were in, like, took on water, sunk, and Tyler wasn't able to, you know, make it back or whatever, then I don't see why or how that could possibly be true. And if they searched, you know, like the 694 miles as is stated, like how within 9 to 10 minutes if you can't see, like, find anything.
Okay, so the boy wasn't in the boat with Tyler when it took on water. Okay? He was on the north side of the jetties. If you look at the North Myrtle Beach jetties, there's 2 man-made areas of rocks that man have made. It's a big pile of rocks. Okay? When they take these ducks, they got, and while we're out here, there's ducks everywhere. Okay, and it's just not Tyler and other people. People hunt it all the time. So they let that boy off on the north side of the jetties. Okay. My nephew goes to the south side of the jetties with the boat, which takes and scares up any of the ducks on that side, and they try to push them to where they'll fly over to the opposite side. So whoever's on the rocks, you know, can do whatever they're doing. But as far as the rescue people, if they told him to jump in water or anything like that, I don't know that part. I know that boy was alive. He wasn't wet. He was on the rocks, so he was never in the water.
How did he get hypothermia then?
If he got hypothermia and he went in the water, I'm talking about as far as he was not in the boat with Tyler when it happened. He was on the rocks. Now, what rescue told him to do, I have no idea. We haven't asked them about that.
Right.
Okay, we know that he was not in the boat with my nephew. And that part, you know, and he's been out here, and he's not related to us, and I don't know who said that. He's not related to us at all. That is just a friend. And people saying, well, the story's inconsistent. Well, that's because he literally was on the phone with my nephew because they have to communicate on how the boat's going to run, and he was told that the boat was taking on water. That's a traumatic thing for anybody. I mean, you get in a car accident and you would lose somebody in a car accident, your story might change 2 or 3 times because you're trying to think. I know that because my daughter did get in an accident. She still to this day can't remember what happened. So that part, I don't know. I didn't ask rescue about that. I have no idea. I just know that he was not in the boat with my nephew when the boat went down. The boat was under the water because the boat, it was literally up. So the bow of the boat was sticking up out of the water when they found it.
Right.
So,
okay.
So as far as like the ocean, they thought he had the waders on. So the Coast Guard, okay, the Coast Guard was looking for him in hopes that he was out there floating somewhere. But other people were, I mean, if he drowned, then he would drown in the water because they weren't sure, 100% sure, if he didn't have the waders on. And everybody says if you got your waders on, you're going to sink straight down. So they were running sonar to see, you know. But as far as like updates and stuff like that, the DNR has, and the police people, they don't have any updates to give. We still haven't found him.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't know what else to tell people. I mean, I don't know what else to do. But anybody's more than welcome to come down to this landing on North Myrtle Beach and walk these beaches, because if he's still out in the water, eventually he's going to be washed up.
Right.
So, you know, I just know a 22-year-old has lost his life.
Right.
And now his family is literally getting death threats. That's wrong.
Yeah, that is.
and it's not right.
No.
I mean, it's really not. And I hate it. It's just we have to focus on him. And we just can't sit there and do updates. I try to do the best I can. But, I mean, everything that I say gets turned around. So, I mean, it is what it is. But we love my nephew. And we would do anything in the world. Anything in the world. For him to come back right now.
Yeah, I understand that. Well,
But I mean, look it up. Look on North Myrtle Beach jetties, and you take about 300, 400 yards from the jetties into the ocean, and just look how big this ocean is. He could be anywhere if he has not washed up on land yet. And dogs are not going to help if he's in this ocean.
yeah.
So we have people in the ocean, we have planes up above, helicopters, and then we have people walking on the land just in case. If he does come on land. But the police are involved, I promise you. The DNR, they're not going to give up. They said they will not give up until they bring him back to us.
Okay.
One way or another.
North Myrtle Beach rescue team, they called off the search today?
They will not give up. The DNR people and the rescue people told us they would not give up until he's brought home. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time and